things to tell you about before we get to our next speaker. First of all, hey, it's collapsible.
I'll leave that alone.
Well, I'll use it without. Can you use it without, Tom? Tom Patton is here. He wants to tell you about an event that's coming up. It's has to do with Virginia's heritage. Come on up here, Tom. There you go. What do you got going on?
All right, good afternoon, all you Virginia Patriots. I just want to let you know, with all the talk about the history of Virginia and Virginia's standing in this country with a lot of firsts in the founding of this country, 5 days from now, Thursday, July 30th, is actually the 390th anniversary of the first meeting of the first representative legislative body in the Western Hemisphere, meeting at Jamestown in 1619. And to commemorate that, on July 30th at 5:30 p.m. at the Library of Virginia, Preservation, Virginia, is presenting a lecture by Dr. Warren Billings called the First Meeting of the General Assembly, The Myths and Realities. And Dr. Billings will be introduced by Speaker of the House, William Howell, and it will also be covered by C-SPAN. So if you'd like to come out for this program, it's very easy. You can go to www.preservationvirginia.org, find more information, and obtain tickets there. Thank you.
Sounds like a great event. Thank you so much. Another great event that you need to know about, it's also on Thursday the 30th. It's actually a fundraiser for the Richmond Tea Party. It's a cigar and whiskey tasting. None of you are interested in either one of those things, are you?
Sorry, I gave
I'm going to be out there. The Lee brothers will be out there as well. The Cultural Arts Center at Glen Allen, 2880 Mountain Road. You can have a custom cigar rolled specially for you with the Richmond Tea Party label. That's pretty cool. There'll be samples of high-end whiskey and unique wines. Horace d'Overy's will be all kinds of good stuff. Music, guest speakers. Of course, I'll be there. Space is limited, but you can make your reservations. Sarah at richmondteaparty.com. I'll have a link at my site as well. But it's the cigar and wine tasting, and it's a benefit for the Richmond Tea Party events, because these things aren't free. Once again, thanks to everybody that helped put on the Richmond Tea Party, or that is part of the Richmond Tea Party that helps put this event on, because they work round the clock. A round of applause for them. Big hand for them. Because I'm sure he's going to be rich. This is a gentleman that I first met on Election Day. I broadcast from the South Side at a polling place, and he shows up and he said he was with, was it Young Republicans? Is that what you're with? And from VCU, which is kind of odd in itself. So I invited him over and we talked on the air, and I was like, wow, this guy's really sharp. I said, why don't you come and intern with me? So he interned with me throughout the first of the year all the way up through the beginning of the summer. And then he spoke at the Tea Party, the Richmond Tea Party in April. And everyone was like, wow, this guy's pretty sharp. And he's 19 and a college student. This is very odd. So Jimmy Barrett was out there, my boss, and a few weeks back when one of the Lee brothers couldn't show up on Saturday morning, because you can't count on them, Jimmy said, sure, why don't you fill in, Matt? Why don't you fill in? So in just a year, this guy's gone from, yeah, I'm going to do some campaigning, to radio talk show. I've been doing this for 20 years and he's on the radio. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Whitworth.
How are you guys doing? Excited to be here? Doc loves putting me on the spot and giving me these big introductions like I'm going to be Rush Limbaugh's fill-in, and then people are generally disappointed. Look, I wanted to talk real fast about this. The 47 million people that the left always comes out and says do not have health insurance. Of that 47 million, you got to knock off 12 million illegal immigrants. I don't know about you. Do you guys want to pay taxes to give health insurance to illegal immigrants? Yeah, I didn't think so. Me neither. So that leaves with 35 million people that don't have health insurance. And some numbers just came out, and they wanted to kind of figure out the income of these 35 million remaining Americans. 18.8 million make over $50,000 a year. And then you have about 9.5 that make over $75,000 a year. So we're not talking about the poor, disenfranchised people that can't afford health care like the left is trying to make these people out to be. So you have 47 million, or excuse me, 35 million, which is his message is very clear. With regard to the economy, limited government leads to limitless prosperity. What do you think? All right, so we have to keep this fight up. We have to keep attacking this universal health care system. We have to make and protect state sovereignty. And this is only the first step, and I said this at the Tea Party. All of these events are only fillers. There's a lot of stuff that you can do in between. There's a lot of organizations out here that need volunteers to make sure that we're holding these politicians accountable. Are you willing to do that? All right, well, I think you got a next speaker lined up, right? Now, let me say one last thing, and I said this at the Tea Party. It's always fun to say. We've maintained being a stable country, and we became the #1 wealthiest nation in the world because of two things: the principles of the Constitution and the will of the American people. Keep up the fight. God bless you.
Not too bad off the cuff. So I got 6 years before I can vote for him for Congress. Well, I can vote for him now, but he has to be 25 to run. So I just keep being nice to him. He's going to be rich, I'm telling you. Next.